What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to another major market breakdown. As you can see on your screen here, got a sneak peek at where I think the market's going this week. But let me go on a higher time frame so we can take a look at DXY. If you haven't been here before, go ahead and hit that like button, bell, and that sub icon. All that's going to tell the algorithm is good content needs to get pushed forward. DXY has been on a bit of a tear off of these levels that we talked about last week. I thought we'd get a little bit more of a push when we got these couple of bear candles here, but it kind of just stayed consolidated here. But as you can see on the lower time frames, it's giving us slight bearishness, but we still have this level here. Let me extend it over. That we'll probably still test that out this week. You know what I mean? But I'm leaning towards the downside. Also, because I can see some inflows moving into gold, and kind of an inverse correlation there. Let me go over to the setups page over here and see if we have any data backing that up. What I'm feeling there. Well, GU's getting a slightly lower score than we ended the week with, or at least it was Wednesday, Thursday last time I checked. My birthday was last week, so I kind of stopped looking at the markets a bit. So might be seeing a little more consolidation this week than I was expecting. USD CAD's got a slightly better score than what we ended last week with. If we can pull up. Trying to switch pages. Alright, what we got? What do we got here? See, not enough to trade it, but enough to still be leaning bearish on USD. Yeah. Back over here. Let me go to the assets and look at them alone. Sorry, I haven't looked at my laptop in a few days, so I'm just kind of like covering my bases. Y'all seeing me like really go from ground up without looking at anything before pressing play. I like to kind of take a look at where everything. SPX having a 0 score. It's because it's so mixed. I was expecting it to start leaning a little bit more bearish by now, but Bitcoin has a +2 now, where it was at like a -1 sometime last week, if I'm not mistaken. So slight change, but not any like huge swings from where we were last week. Just kind of swaying a little bit more. But let's take a look at gold, because that's the major story right now. Is gold not bottoming out like everybody thought it was going to do. Let me take this off right here. Got a little bit of bear chart, and then we'll go down to the lower time frame and see what the bird's eye bands is talking about. Yeah, this just kind of giving us a big old double bottom here. Retail's gonna try to buy the heck out of it. All right. Now I do know that the options market is starting to lean a little more bullish on gold right now, but like we're still like basically chopped. I wouldn't personally be looking to get in a buy unless like we start seeing like strong momentum above this little area right here. Why do I like it? Because it wicked into it really big twice. So if it can show that the bulls are in control enough to move away from this level, then I really like it to go to this 4200 area, which is, you know, a decent amount of opportunity there, as you can see. There was a lot of talk of, you know, it coming down to this 38.75 area here, but the bulls just came in here, came in again, and just defended this basically 4,000 level, slightly below it, but essentially the 4,000 level, defending it with some vigor, as you can see here. So I'll be watching for the you know, the open, see how the market opens in a couple of hours, and then Monday morning trading is gonna be, I'm not gonna say eventful, but it's definitely gonna be insightful, to say the least. Give us an opportunity to get in there. I'm actually gonna trade live tomorrow morning, so you guys should tap in, because I'm actually gonna be. I mean, of course, there's always a trade live on a trade that's going live on the channel, but I'm actually gonna be doing some intraday trading, talking about the markets. So you guys make sure you tap in for that. Let's take a look at SPX. It's like the way that this played out here, this divergence here, just made me like, I just didn't want to see, like, this were great opportunities. I'm sure a lot of people made money in buys here and here, but with so much divergence, I was just like, nah, because that could just fall like a knife out of the sky. I'm still not looking to get buys like currently. I'd look for, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm looking for sells either, but I would love opportunities to buy like these levels. Will we get that? Probably not. But I would entertain a defense of this level, just depending on what's going on in the markets that day. Like if it's like an earnings day or something like that, then I'll probably leave it alone. But if it's a, you know, quieter in the news kind of day for stocks, then I may entertain a small entry here, because I think bulls will probably defend that level. But I'm not gonna act like it's like, you know, something I'm majorly confident in, just taking a small stab there. But I'd love this opportunity a lot more on SPX. You know, we're already towards the end of July. The summer's, I wouldn't say closing, but it's rounding out. The a lot of the liquidity that was leaving is gone, and you know, the money that's in is kind of settled. So we're in that kind of limbo in the middle of a season where things are slightly normalized. All right, so just kind of being patient for a couple of moves here. GBP USD. Let's talk about it. I don't know. I think that was from an old live stream. Something was going on over there. But I took a stab. Here. Closed. That's been closed. But I took another stab. Like I got in like right there, because I like the trade even more at these levels than I liked it up here. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I wouldn't say it was necessarily a bad trade, just not greatly timed. So, closed for a small little loss on one of my accounts. Another one of my accounts, it's just open because it's a really big account, so it can hold it. And we don't ever risk too big a size and whatnot, because things can happen. A trade might go against you that you would rather just hold and let swing to the upside. That's also why I like Forex pairs, because they're mean reverting. Essentially, it's like they'll trend. Yeah, they can trend for a while, but for the most part, about, I'd say, like 72 to 78% of the time, they're going back and forth like this, right? So if you're wrong, as long as you're not freaking betting the farm on every trade, you can just kind of wait for it to swing back if you have to. Um, but you got to give yourself the grace to do that. That's why you don't bet the farm on every trade, or any trade for that matter. Um, but we left a lot of money on right there, and we're also getting that the bird's eye bands giving us a sell on the lower time frames on DXY. Where is it? Is it not loading? Oh, I don't have it on. That's why. Yeah, the bird's eye band sold DXY here. All right. This is the stop loss. This is the TP. Of course, I don't really trade DXY itself, but this acts as a a North Pole. You know what I mean? A guide. Just because most markets are affected heavily by whatever the U.S. dollar is doing. So, if you're newer to day trading, whatever kind of trading you're doing, you should be taking a look at the U.S. dollar and what it's doing, where is it going, how has it been trending, what news is affecting it, things like that, because more likely than not, it's going to be affecting whatever else you're trading, regardless, in some fickle way or another. Now, of course, you can trade away from it, like if there's too much going on, or just not enough clarity on the dollar. Then I'll trade things like AUD Chef or CAD JPY just to kind of get away from it. But even still, like if the dollar moves, like if DXY just kind of has a crazy move to the upside, you're not gonna see it play out as much in like a AUD Chef market or CAD JPY market, but you will see effects, kind of slow moves down, or make markets a little more choppy, just because there's so much going on. So, like I said, just use DXY as your North Star. I said North Pole before. I meant to say North Star. But use that as your North Star, just like I do. And, it'll be a little easier to understand what's going on in the markets most of the time. Now, if you haven't already joined the free chat, then, you're kind of missing out, because we send a whole lot of trades, whole lot of deals, whole lot of setups in there. But the VIP chat, we're doing a bundle for the VIP chat and the bird's eye bands here. So you guys have to actually DM one of our profiles, or just kind of leave your information in the comments, and one of my team members will reach out to you about it. But the birthday bundle is ending on July 31st, so attack that before it's gone. I'm now 26, guys. I appreciate all the folks sending me happy birthday messages on TikTok and Instagram. I'm not able to reply to everybody, because that's a lot, but thank you. I definitely appreciate it. I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20 now, which is crazy. I feel it in my knees, but it's all good. But if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and that bell icon. All that tells our algorithm is good content and needs to get pushed forward. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.